In the mass extinction at the end of the Cretaceous period, the most common and diverse birds of the Cretaceous, the enantiornithines, became completely extinct, as did many of the more modern lineages. The Paleognathous birds may have existed in the Cretaceous and survived this extinction. Certainly, molecular evidence suggests that they date back to this time period, but there are no definite fossils which support this. So it is possible that Paleognathous lineages diversified after this extinction. If we assume for a second that the Paleognathous birds diverged from the Neognathous bird lineages in the Cretaceous period, we could then ask, did the next major branch of bird evolution, the superorder Galloanserae, which includes the galliforms, the chicken, turkey, and pheasant-like birds, and the anseriforms, the duck and goose-like birds, did this branch originate in the Cretaceous period? Did it begin to subdivide during that period? Certainly some genetic analyses suggest that the divergences in molecular sequences are so great that they must have occurred back in the Cretaceous. And there are even claims of duck and loon fossils in the Cretaceous. The duck would anchor the anseriforms in the Cretaceous, and loons, being a more advanced branch, which occurs later in the tree. If a loon exists in the Cretaceous, then Galloanserae must have diverged by that time. While some have considered Vega avis, known from the Vega island of Antarctica of the Upper Cretaceous, as an anseriform, as a duck-like bird, others feel that this classification is far from certain, that the evidence is fragmentary, and that this claim has not been established conclusively. While some have classified polar ornis of Antarctica from the Upper Cretaceous as a loon, others feel that this classification is uncertain and that it cannot conclusively be classified as a loon. And so therefore the family trees which use these anchor points in the Cretaceous for branch points should not be considered as having conclusive support. Presbyornis is a primitive anseriform which is sometimes classified with screamers, sometimes with ducks, and sometimes in its own separate family. It certainly existed after the End Cretaceous extinction in the Paleocene and Eocene of North America, and perhaps it or a related form lived in the Oligocene of Europe. Some have claimed that Cretaceous fossils can be represented by Presbyornis, or some feel that the fossil strata are either of Paleocene or Cretaceous origin, but this is not definite. Thus, while it is possible that the orders Galliforms and Anseriforms are old, predating the End Cretaceous extinction, it is also possible that misidentification or inconclusive fossils, some of which have been used to anchor genetic molecular trees, do not justifiably make these old lineages, and thus it is possible that they diversified after the End Cretaceous extinction. Gallinadoides, which is thought to be a basal galliform, although it might be a basal gruiform, is known from the Eocene. Paraortigoides is a basal galliform known from the Eocene. Antalavis, formerly known as Telematornis, is known from the Paleocene and Eocene and is a primitive anseriform. In addition to the lineages which have survived to modern times, there are a number of fossil groups which are thought to be classified within this group, or more closely related to anseriforms, which include the pseudo-toothed flying birds. They did not possess true teeth, just bony serrations of their jaws, which could possess 5 or even 6 meter wingspans. The 2-meter tall Gastornis birds, also known as Diatrama, and the even taller Dromornis flightless birds from Australia.